Yes, sir. We are back, Gunners. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you are watching this video, this is a very informative video. This is the video where it teaches you how to do an oil pump. This is the video where it teaches you how to install cams, time and chain, all that jazz. You are going to be able to build your own 2420, 2424, 2020, whatever way you want to do it. It will inform you how to do it on this vlog right here. I know we are having a hard time trying to find, man, Aki, which video is the one for oil pumps? Which video is the one for time and chain? How do I lash my valves? I got you. This video is going to cover it all. Before we even start, like the video right now. I need to see at least 3,000 likes. I am doing this for you. I am saving you so much money. I am saving you so much headaches from dealing with crooks that swap your parts, that overcharge you to do all of this install right here. Let me get some likes. It don't cost you nothing. Hit that like. All right now. All right, guys. All right, guys. Yep, all right, guys. All right, so. Okay, boys. You got something to say, 40?
Yeah. Hi.
So, Gunners, let's start off with some basic tools that I got out. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something right now out of the box, but it's right there. We're good. I got my torque wrenches. I got my hex keys. Thank you guys for this suggestion right here on this harmonic balancer remover socket. This thing works great. It's really, really heavy. I appreciate you guys so much for the suggestions. I tried it out on that guy. We're going to try it on this vlog on the one crank that I broke. So thank you so much. I'll share that part number with you one more time. This is a great tool to have in the shop. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Bear with me. I'll help you out. There it is. Okay? So, back to some tools that are out. I've got my 3/8 stuff. I got some hammers out. Pry bar. I got my magnet tray there. Got my guns out. Gloves, etc., etc. Let's show you the parts. Okay, first and foremost, if you're trying to understand, Aki, what motor is this? This is a Gunner's motor. This is Carlito's motor. I met him through the movement. I am not charging him for making all of this happen at the end of the video. This is a Gunner. I believe in him. I want him to do great. This is just a gesture from me to show him I appreciate his loyalty. So here we go. We've got cams to install. We're doing the oil pump stuff. We're going to share all these part numbers here with you. We've got a 4-piston Pro TSX cylinder head, and this thing is sweet. Hold on. Look at that CNC work right there, boys. We've got a bunch of Tri-State Motorsports stuff in here. TSM, titanium, oil pump that we have to modify, RSX Type S. We've got Big Frank Downstar holding it down with the bolt kit there. And we're moving. We're grooving. We are grooving. So I'm excited. We're going to start stripping this motor now. I'll get my tripod ready and we'll get to work. So, Gunners, let's get started, right? So I got a 10 mil on the gun. I just want to get rid of all the 10 mils. Before we take off the cams, because we got to get to the cylinder head to remove it. Valve cover, side cover, okay? So we're just running through these 10s. I got my metal tray. I need to put it in a better position. Maybe I could put it right behind me for now. Pause. Let me get this tray. I don't want to lose no bolts. I don't want nothing growing legs. Okay? Drop those 10s there. Now we're just taking off the valve cover. This is not rocket science, but we are going into full detail on this. I know you guys love these kind of videos because you don't miss nothing. Okay? So you'll be able to rewind and see everything that I do. Now this is going to be a little bit of a pain to take off because this is also a little excited here. Don't mind me. A little excited. So what? I'm excited. Okay. If you're wondering, well, what are you doing with this setup, Aki? This is just a simple. Hold on here. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. They trying me. They trying me. Trust me, this valve cover's been on for a while. So we've got to crack it loose, okay? We've got to crack it loose. It's no problem. There it is. It's cracking. I could tell. So if you're wondering what we're doing with this motor, This is a JDM TSX K24A, right? And Carlito basically watched all the vlogs and said, you know what? I'm going that route. Built Pro TSX head from 4-piston with a JDM TSX block. They make 300 horsepower. And that's great for a daily driver. Okay? Valve cover's off. Now we're going to work on the side cover. So I used that harmonic balancer socket on this already to test it when Carlito dropped off the motor yesterday with Fluff. And man, that socket works miracles. As a matter of fact, let me not do that to you guys. Let me set up the camera on the crank that I broke, and I'm going to show you how well this socket works. Now you guys remember this crank right here. This is the one that I ruined. So I got this socket, and it's just a harmonic balancer remover. So that's a fail. I told you guys I had a tough one. Look at that, right? Told you. It was a tough one, but it got it out. Remember, this is the same crank that I needed for the RXK, and I was unable to get this out. But if I had this socket, I would have saved this crank. But thankfully, you see this guy right here in the corner? This is Vicky's old block. He donated it to me from the Raurus X. So the KRX is definitely going to be fast. Great tool right here, man. Oh, back to the 24. We're just taking off 10s, right? That's all we're doing. We're running along the 10s. And guys, working on side cover, you don't have to take this tensioner cover off. You're taking off the entire cover anyway. But in here, there's 2 bolts. Sometimes people miss this top one right here, which is crucial. So, thank God we got our tray. VTC comes out. We just keep going down the line and taking off all the 10s. And before we actually think we're finished, remember, we still got the 3 short ones right here under the oil pan. They are connected to the cover. Now this is not really commonly explained, but most people think to take off the cams you need to just get the valve cover off and then just unbolt the cams. No, you've got a tensioner in here that you need to release. You don't want to mess around and crack the block. So that's why we're going through that procedure. We're going to release the tension first. We have to take off the side cover. We're changing the cylinder head, right? So this guy is out. Don't lose your keyway. He bought a brand new one. This is a great spare to have. So I'll put that there. This dampener will go on this side. And I'll continue to take off these 10s. Okay? So I'll run through it with you. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'll pop this guy off. And remember also, when it comes to side cover, the 2 bottom ones are really, they're different. You see how they have that guide there? Let me just hold you down. See them? Good, you got it. So from what we learned on the valve cover is that this motor's been together for a while. And so I knew that that valve cover was not going to come off easy. Now this guy, okay, hold on, let's get this out of here first. Sometimes you get into this problem, you might have to use a little bit of force on here. This motor is definitely sealed up, I'll tell you that much. Definitely sealed up. Okay, how do we go about this, Aki? If that's stuck, what do you tell them to do? Yeah, you're going to have to keep trying to get it out. Or can you put a bolt and bang? No. Alright, let me see if I can get a grip plier. Hold on. Let me see if I can help it. Yeah, this motor's definitely been together for a while, man. Alright, nice. That worked out. So maybe just pull one of these moves right here, okay? So So now I know that this side cover has been together for a while. It's definitely gonna need a pry bar. So I can go off of this chain guide right here and just go like this. Now we're getting all this new. We've got a new chain. So bear with me. You can just pull back like that. Keep fighting that silicone. That's it. This side cover is out. So now we'll be able to see everything that we need to do next, okay? What I want to do next is, real importantly, is I don't trust the motor being on TDC when I'm taking it apart. I don't want a valve to touch a piston. Even though we are not using this cylinder head, we are still using the block and the piston. So I want to, it's really close to TDC here. So I just want to move it halfway to where the pistons are down. Okay, right there, all my pistons should be down. Now the reason it didn't spin so freely just now is I didn't take out the spark plugs. Don't need to. I'm going to pop this guy off right now. Okay, this is going to, this is going to spring back a little bit, so, okay. We'll just help it out. We'll just help it out. It's okay. A lot of tension here. So just try to release it nice and easy. There it is. Done. This tensioner is no good. We never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, reuse tensioners. We just buy a brand new one. How's that angle work, guys? How's that angle? So now we can begin to remove the chain guide on the top here. Okay, so 12 mil. Back that out. Wow. Wow, this is a very strong gun for it to do that. For it to do that, man. So let me get this guy here. Snap-on makes the best ratchets, hands down. Everything else, trash. Sorry, Snap-on. Okay. Take that guy off. Make my life easy here. Okay? Okay. Okay. 12 out. Good. You know what? I'm going to use my valve cover to store this stuff right here. Okay? That's done. That's out of the way. This chain, no good. We never reuse chains either. Sometimes we can if we know we bought it brand new. Most likely, this chain has a lot of miles on it. Okay? So we're not going to reuse this. This is garbage. This, never ever lose. Your post plate for the crank, never lose that. You always need it. So I guess the next thing to do is run through these 10s on the guide. We've got some brand new ones. And this guy is worn out. We'll save these 10s. Pop this off. Look, you see that? It's beat up. Beat up. A lot of driving with bad oil, bad gas on these Japanese motors. We'll get rid of that. We'll get the hex key for this. Remove the chain guide. Golden. Hex key on it. It's a 6. Get that guy going there. Don't lose this guy. You need it for the new guide. This bolt right here. You need this for the new guide. So this is garbage also. Put that there. Now the next thing that I can move on to is my cam cap bolts. So 12 mils. Let's move the angle. Show you a little bit better detail. A little better. All right. So cam caps I'm taking out from the middle outside. All right. I know it. See, the problem is I should have known that this was going to be a little bit of a pain when I tried to take these two off. I'm going to have to loosen all of these by hand first and then use the gun. Just cracking these just a little bit, all right? Just a little bit, and then the gun will do the rest. This motor's got some compression on it, I'll tell you that much. I feel it. Pause. I feel it. Come on now. Come on now. Stay in the loop, bro. Stay in the loopy. How you guys doing? You enjoying the video so far? I'll give you a few seconds to comment. How's the video going? Jesus Christ, Aki, you're going to knock these people over. Oh, man. Acho cabrón. Ah, God. Hold on. I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing it no more. I'm not. I'm almost done. Last one. Ah! Now that those shenanigans are over with, use the gun. So we're just taking these guys out. We're not losing anything. These roller rockers, really hard. I mean, it's really easy. I apologize. Really easy to mess up on. Really easy to lose a spring, lose a spacer, lose a cap. We're out. Now 100% I know that these are not going to just wiggle straight out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to need the mallet a little bit and help them up. Okay? I'm good. I'm good. I like that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let me see this camera angle here. See this camera angle here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. A little bit. Never hurt nobody. Little love never hurt nobody. Little love never hurt nobody. Nice. Nice. And then now we can just wiggle them out like this. See that? But I'm trying to keep it together so I can take everything out in one shot. You just need a little help. You just need a little help. That's it. Nothing major. I don't want to bang into that. There you go. You'll see the gaps. You'll see the gaps. Man, this motor's tired. This motor's tired. It was time for this too. It was time to change the cylinder head and all the timing components. It was time. Okay, I'll play around with this a little bit more. I need to bore you with removing cam caps. Got my cam caps loose, right? That's done. So now, like I told you, with these rocker assemblies, hold on, bear with me. This tray here. Now, with these rocker assemblies, like I told you, you don't want to lose out on them, all right? You don't want anything to pop out. So my opinion is this, right? You set up a nice little station somewhere. Let me get this cloth here so I don't dirty my table. I'll put this guy down right here. And there's two 10 mils at the end over here. I'll flip the camera around in a second. Let me find my 10 millimeter. There it is. We're gonna take this whole unit off with the rocker assembly and move it to a safe place. See, I set that up. I can't see it. Oh, I see it. This battery says dead. How? Well, weak at that. I know that that's out. Okay? Get a pry bar in here. Too big? No problem. Pause. Pause. I pause. I pause. I pause. I pause. Don't play with me. I pause. Okay. Out there. Other side. Done. Help it on this side a little bit. Okay, now we're going to end up taking off this rocker assembly. Hold on, where am I? We're going to end up taking off this rocker assembly all in one shot. We don't want nothing to pop out. So we keep tension left and right. Now I want to make sure it doesn't get stuck when I try to lift it. So bear with me. I'm just trying to get the dowels out. There it is. It's ready. I'm going to take this complete assembly with the cams, hold it together. There's always a bolt playing with me. Somebody trying me. Don't try me today. I'm having a good day already. I was playing Ice Cube earlier. I'm having a good day. Don't try me. Come on now. See? Still trying me. Still trying me. Where are you trying me at? Where are you trying me? Where are you trying me? Just trying me somewhere. Alright, we'll get it. There it is. Done. Holding that tight. Pause. I've got my boy there all together. Okay? Now I can get to the cylinder head. I'll take out these lost motions. It's 8 of them. So nothing goes flying around. Let's hope that this gun, this DeWalt, can get these head studs out. If not, I'm going to have to get the breaker bar. And I got too much extension on it. I don't like that. Pause. I don't like that at all. Oh my God, this is the wrong one. All right, I need a 14 millimeter 12 point. Be right back. 9/16, 14 millimeter 12 point. Let's see what happens. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This is definitely going to need to be broken first. Yep. Breaker bar time. I cracked those head studs. Now the gun will do its job, all right? So we're going in and out. In and out. Everyone tries to do different sequences in this. I'll just go in and out. So now my head studs are completely loose. I can pull these guys out. We're not reusing these, but I will hang on to about 2 so I don't run into that same problem where for the dummy motor I didn't have any head studs. This would have been ideal for when we were building the dummy motor for the RXK. So I'll hold on to 2 of those. Now this cylinder head is completely ready to be removed. So I'll just take a pry bar. We've got a nice little section right here that I can pry from. You'll see it. It's right on the edge of the block. That's done. Okay, I can wiggle that off. Here we go, from right here. I'll put this guy down. Finished. Where do I put you? Okay, I'll put you right here. Really important also, you can tell like what the lifespan, what this motor's been dealing with right when you take off the cylinder head, right? So obviously we've got some cheap gas that's been ran in here. And that's why everything is so dark and nasty and ugly. Cylinder head is fine. There's no bent valves in it. The motor's in good shape. That's a great cylinder head to have. Head gasket, right? Didn't have overheating issues. You can tell right here. So cylinder 3 is usually basically the hottest cylinder on a 4-cylinder. The hottest cylinder on a motor. And you can just tell right here that cylinder 3 would get the hottest. But no head gasket problems. We could reuse this head gasket, but we don't do that. We put everything brand new. So that's garbage. Now here, again, cheap gas. Walls look good. Feel good. Taste good. I drained as much oil as possible out of the oil pan, but I do see that I do have some water here. So get ready to see a big leak. This is going to be pretty messy, but I got my little tray cover. Come on, Aki, what is it called? What is that thing called? Bin cover? There it is. Here comes the oil. So the oil will come out slowly. We'll let that guy hang on under here. You know, we're trying to keep the mess at a minimum. So I'll let this guy drain down. I'll start working on the oil pan because we have to. Whoa. Whoa. I see something wrong. Check this out, guys. That bolt's missing. That bolt. So that chain, oil pump chain guide is missing the bolt. Let me get a light. Now, where did that guy go? You see? It's missing. Something weird happened in there. Something weird happened in there, man. I don't know. See it? Something weird happened in there. Alright, let's take off this oil pan. I'm really nervous about that because that is connected to the main girdle. And if you lose tension on the oil pump, you're in big trouble. So right now, I'm just taking off the oil pan. It's just simple 10 millimeters all around. They're real short. And whenever you're using a 24 oil pan, you gotta run shorter bolts. Most people that try to do, like if they have an RX and they have the aluminum pan, they think that they can run those old bolts on a steel one and they realize that they're too long. You need short guys like this. But one more bolt and we get to see if anything happened in there. Usually these guys are frozen on, so you just come from this edge right here. Just try to lift up the silicone nice and easy. Try not to hurt the aluminum. Just break it off in certain points. That's it. Go to the other side. Same procedure. Nice and easy. You don't want to gash it to where when you're laying down the silicone you're having a hard time. Okay, that bolt should be in here. somewhere inside of here, that bolt should be here, because it's missing. Okay, oil pan's off. We'll start removing this big dookie oil pump. Look at this. Look at this, guys. See that? This bolt is not strong enough to just hold it by itself. This block might not be good. Let's take off this one down here, this 4mm. Wow, some bad luck. Man, that is some bad luck, because if we can't get this right, we're not using this block. So he's going to have to call engine. Yeah, it looks like something, it broke inside here. I'll show you right now. See, now this, like that one, like that one, this guy is missing on the top. Here we go. See? It must have gotten loose and pulled the thread out too. See that? It's supposed to look like that. But that's what I've got right there. Man, how did that happen? And where's that bolt? It's got to be inside here somewhere. Let's move on. Take off this tensioner. On this side, we don't have any tension, so that's not going to spring back and hurt us. Yeah, we're not using this. That thing's beat up. That thing's beat up, man. I don't want to say, you know, this is not Engine Depot's fault. You know, they get these motors from Japan. They don't really know. So let's not crucify these people yet. And I know they'll make right on it. I know they will. They won't let that happen. Just get this guy off again. I already loosened these 14s right here. So we're going to definitely need the pry bar for this oil pump. Just finish unthreading this off of the block. That's out. Let's get rid of these guys, put them here. These guys we don't use no more. And pry bar. Chain no good. This one's getting replaced. And this is garbage. Let me go bring it to the garbage. I want to get rid of the rest of this tray here. We're not using none of this stuff. That goes garbage. Turns there. Man, I gotta, that bolt gotta be in here. It won't, I don't know if they changed the oil in Japan and it came out of there, but this is not, this is kind of sketchy. This is real sketchy. So I've got to find that bolt. I've got to find that bolt. It's got to be in here somewhere. Let me put that 19 on it. Where are you, buddy? Where are you, big guy? Come on. Where'd I put you? Oh. Smart man. Put it with the pulley. Back this guy up for you in a second. Put my dampener bolt back on here. See if we could spin this motor and find that hex. Man, this is really weird, man. This is really, really weird. I don't know. We flip it? Let's flip it. Nothing fell out. The walls are not scarred, so it wasn't dancing around in there. Hold on. So guys, this is my dilemma here. Okay, this motor is spinning freely. Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. Okay, I don't see any scars on these walls. They're fine, but this is my dilemma. What do I do with this? Because that's bad. That's bad. Now, I don't know if that's old thread. Maybe I can stick an extractor kit in there and see if I can find the 10, the threaded, the threads for the 10. But I'm also scared that this thing is somewhere around in the motor. So I've got to really think this through because we've got a lot of expensive parts here. A lot of expensive parts here. So let me think about this. Wow, look, I was down here and I found it. It was on the ground. It must have fell out when we flipped it. I don't know if I can look back on the video, but I found the other one. So what I'm thinking is maybe I can stick a long 10 mil in there and just get the thread back and see if I can thread this guy in. But it just got loose and wobbled around. This is it right here. Swear to God, I just found it right there. Let's figure this out. So maybe I can just start cleaning up the thread with this 10 mil. I can't find my extractor kit. So I just push through the aluminum maybe. But I don't want to strip it, so I'm being nice and careful. But I know if I thread through it, it'll be fine. Because I just want to find the solution here. So I'm just being really, really careful. It's just like old aluminum that's blocking that 10 mil. Let's go. Let's pray for the best. I just needed the thread. There it is. Just got to clean up. Okay. I'll spray some brake cleaner in there, clean it out, and see what I come up with. Okay, I got that thread cleaned up. I cleaned it out from inside out. Sprayed some brake cleaner in there, used some air. Now, before I move on, I just want to make sure that this guide is going to be this K20 guide, which is part number. Come on, focus on your own. Don't make me get up. There's the part number for the guide that you need. K20, all right? It's shorter. Or is it longer? Shorter, yeah. Okay, so I want to make sure that this guy is going to give me no problems. I want to bolt this up right now. I want to tighten it and I want to make sure I don't have any issues. So I'll start with the bottom one first. Get a nice clear view of it. And if that's fine, I'll be comfortable to move on. So it's threading really, really good. We'll just double check everything. We will double check everything. Wow, what a bad break, man. How did you, it's a brand, well, it's a motor purchased, but so far so good. That threaded up nice. Just pay attention to it. I'll tell you if I'm comfortable building this motor and giving it to a gunner. Okay, that's fine. Now it's supposed to have a little giveaway like that. That's fine. You know what? I like it. It's going to hold up. I think it's fine. I trust it. Next thing we want to do is get the oil pump ready. Part number, RSX Type S stock. That's your part number. RSX Type S oil pump. This is God's gift to K-Series. It works incredible. Ported or not ported, they work great. So now on the K24, it doesn't directly bolt up. You have to cut and notch it. But that's not an issue. I've shown you guys how to do it before. We'll just do it one more time to have reference. You see, it won't line up because it hits here. So we have to cut out this area and get it to go on. So I just take it here, give or take, line it up, hold it about right there, and then I could see where I need to cut out. So sometimes you got to go almost to almost touching this thread, and then this whole section up here has to be removed. Has to be removed, and then we clear past this. So there goes my marking. Give or take, I'll show you a little bit better, but I got to take out this section so we can get that to bolt on. Here we go, guys. Really important. This is the part where you learn how to cut your own RSX Type S oil pump to do a 2420 and for it to fit. Now, with that being said, I make sure I tape up all my ports. I don't want any of this aluminum falling inside and causing some issues inside the motor. So with that being said, we are ready to cut. What I like to do is I like to cut as much as I can with this, and then I use a grip plier and just break off the aluminum nice and easy. All right, here we go. Come on, buddy. Come on! I'm trying to talk here. So you're almost like pie cutting it. So you just take your grip plier, you snap those pieces off. That's it. Nice and easy. Take your time. This is not a race. Nice and easy. Now all of this we'll get to on the wheel. We'll grind that off. So just do it real simple like that. Just keep cutting it into a pie. Now this guy definitely has to be shaved down more, but that's fine. Let's go get like a guesstimate on how far off we are. It's not going to line up right away, guys. We've got more cutting to do, but I just want to get a guesstimate and see how far off I am. See, I'm getting closer and closer. Now I know that I have to, in order to get this to go down, I have to shave right here, but everything else cleared up first shot. So we'll clean that up, we'll make it look nice and clean, and we're money. So, I'm at my bench wheel. Now I'll use this guy first, and then we'll use this to clean the edges up. But I know that right here, remember, this section right here, you almost got to get to the thread. That's the only piece hitting now. So what I like to do is just run it flat down like this. Man, see if I get a better angle. Bear with me, I'm helping, I'm trying. I'm trying here, guys, hold on. Stay with me here. Stay with me. Don't you give up on me. Stay with me. Let's see if that helps out. It's all right. Now I'm just letting the wheel do its job. I'm not pushing too hard on it. Pause. I'm getting there. See that? I'm getting there. I stopped that. Now let's just test it. See how far off we are. Should be golden. Take off this tape for a second, just to get that to fit into the dowel. Okay. I think I'm money. I think I am money. Wow, that was easy. Done. Got it. It's good to go. That's it. Just clean up the rest of those rough edges and you just learned how to cut your own oil pump. That oil pump is on, boys. We are golden. So just take a look at this. Maybe it'll give you a little guesstimate on how it should look. But I think I just did a pretty good job explaining it. Now, before we install this, remember we have to extract this little pin here. And we have to plug that with a 12 mil. I apologize. I forgot to put the camera back on there and show you guys this. So what basically I like to do is I just like to put, first of all, you bang on that screw and you try to twist it and then you pull out, pause, and that'll get you that. What I like to do is before I plug that 12, now remember this is just an oil galley, right? So I just spray a little bit of that, clean it up. Because you're going to have to wrap this bolt, you're going to have to wrap this up in some Honda bond. So we're just going to clean that out as much as we can. Let that dry up a little bit. My compressor sucks. I'm definitely going to invest into a better compressor this winter. It definitely does. It definitely sucks. Okay. It took like 10 minutes just to charge it up to clean the oil pump. But that's finished, right? So what you can do is just take some Honda bond on this bolt here, 12 millimeter thread. 12 millimeter, same thread pitch as a distributor, as your intake manifold. Let's just make things sound simple. 12 millimeter. I'm going to put that right here at the edge of it. Put that down. Thread it in by hand. Let that silicone work in there. You have to plug this when you're doing a 24-20. You have to plug this. Well, when you're doing anything of an upgrade like this. So you're just going to hand tighten this. As much, you'll feel confident in it. Right there. That's finished. Done. Your plug. Finito. Part number alert! Here we go. K20 windage tray. Here's your part number. Come on. There's your part number. You need a you need a K20 windage tray. There's your part number. Got it? We're good to go. Like the video. Go, 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 go. All right, let's go. Yeah, this guy's basic. Nice and simple. You're gonna see this port, where we plug that up. It's gonna fall right into here. Perfect. Done. I'm going to put 610s on here. I got some real crispy Honda ones. Nice fresh Honda ones. Look at that. Hook my boy up. Thank you, Gunners. They all helped out with these. They sent me some bolts. I always could appreciate some 10s and 12s. And these are original Honda ones, baby. Doesn't that feel good, right? So we're just going to thread those in by hand. We'll get the gun to drive them down. We'll hand tighten them. We're looking good. We're learning. We're becoming better. So that's almost done. Just one more. Beautiful. Man, it's something about new bolts though, right? And hey guys, don't worry about like all this gunk buildup. I can waste 30 bottles of brake cleaner on this and it'll be alright. What's gonna clean this motor up is frequent oil changes. Clean gas. So when he gets this motor, I'll tell him, hey, run it for 500 miles, really good fuel, like 93, change the oil. Do that about 2 or 3 times. It is going to get expensive. It is what it is. You want your motor clean, you're going to have to do that. I'm going to drive these down nice and easy. Nice and easy. I'll hand tighten the rest. That's it. Won't take much. We're almost done with our bottom end. We've came a long way, my people. We've came a long way. I hope my editing is getting good too. We'll test it today. We will test it today. So tighten by hand. Sweet. 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 And done. That's it. Now we can start prepping to put the oil pump on. So luckily for Carlito, I had an extra tensioner for the pump. So, you know what? I'm doing this wrong. I have to put this on last. I've got to bolt the oil pump in. Come on. After I put my chain on, the next thing I want to do is bolt this guy up. So we've got our two 12s that came off the old pump. One is longer, one is shorter. Pause. Obviously, the longer one's here, and then you simply just put a 10 mil on this side. You're gonna have to make your own. So 12 here. Let's just go by hand. Why not? You could also talk. So I hope you guys are learning right now. I hope you're building the confidence to do this on your own. I think I'm doing a somewhat decent job explaining it. So hand tight. That's fine. That's fine. Swap this out for a 10. Tighten this guy up. Beautiful. And we're done. Oil pump, windage tray is finished. Just double check these 12s again. Why not? Better safe than sorry. Good. Good. Now, we'll put a tensioner on here. Unfortunately, my boy Carlito did not bring me one of these brand new. So I have one that's used, but it's in great shape. So it'll work out. K20. We could just get 110 on real quick and we'll move it back. So you do have to put a little tension. You see how I'm pushing it? But once you get one in there, you can kind of free up on it and then line up the rest. From there, just thread this guy in. Could use your 10 with the extension that I have in my lap, but who wants to be a tryhard, huh? Who wants to be a tryhard? Okay, push this guy just a little bit. Begin the thread. Finished. So now, just to make life easier, let's just go like this with the gun. Nice and easy. We're not even going to hit the trigger. We're not even going to hit the trigger. We're not even going to hit the trigger. That's it. Now we'll do the rest by hand. And we're finished. Oil pump is completely done. Tighten. 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 Finish. Finitos. Hey guys, from this moment on, we're not worrying about the bottom until we install. The last thing we need to install is the oil pan. I'll share a crazy story with you about that. Again, the last thing we install is the oil pan. And we never, ever, ever flip it the other way until it's the next day. Or until the Honda bond is completely dry. We'll talk about it later, I promise you. We'll flip the block over. We'll start to work on the cylinder head and bolting that up. I'm back with you, gunners. I actually had to leave for a little bit and go to the dentist. I'm trying to fix my jibs. So I already did these head studs here. I saved the last one for you guys. We're just going to put a little dab of assembly lube at the bottom of the stud and then drive it down by hand. Very simple. So now we are working on the cylinder head part of this build here. Okay, so it's a 5mm. You're going to do everything by hand. Again, I didn't want to bore you by doing this 15 times, whatever it is. So just drive that down. You'll clean up any excess after. And these, just go by hand, man. Just tighten them. You'll feel them like kind of bottom out and you're done. Don't overthink this part right here. Don't crank it and go get a breaker bar, none of that stuff. But just double check your work, make sure everything's tight, and you'll be fine. So we're gonna move on to getting the head gasket now. 87mm head gasket. In my opinion, OEM or Golden Eagle, the best head gasket you can buy. Dowel pins are on the intake side. Don't forget your dowel pins on each side, right here. Left and right, dowel pins. Head gasket. The number is always facing up. Up, up. This is always up. It should never be this way here. So that's the way to basically, sometimes they say up, but this is the best way. You'll start to see them line up also. So we can actually just take, you know what, we don't even got to take it off. It's fine. That won't mess up. And you'll know the head gasket's on right because the dowel pins will fall into place. Okay? Boom, dowel pin in. All the ports line up on the cylinder, on the block to your head gasket. Everything is money. There we go. We're almost ready to put the cylinder head on. Star of the show is coming out. 4-piston ported Pro TSX. Now, with that being said, I know my head gasket is in good shape. I know it's facing the correct way. All of these lined up on the ports for the gasket and the block. My dowel pins are in place. Let's not rush, okay? Exhaust this side, intake this side. It's all right. We're all learning still. We're all learning. Pick that up. Take a peek down. Nice and easy. We don't want to scrape the bottom of the head, so we're just taking our time. There it is. Look at that. Nice and easy. Okay? We'll get a rubber mallet, which should be somewhere around here. Aki, where is it? Where's your orange mallet? What a jerk. Alright, I got plenty of others. Nice and easy. Just gonna bang down on the head. Pause until this is flush. Our dowel pins are holding it in place. That's flush. That's flush. That's flush. And that's flush. Now we'll begin to put the head stud bolts on. I'm getting my washers on, so what I did was I put a little bit at the tip of the stud, pause, some assembly lube. And so that's catching it, and we're just lubing up this washer. This is a messy process, but honestly, something about these inline pros, these head studs, they changed the size of the bolt. It's a 16mm 6-point, so it's not a 12-point no more. There's my assembly lube. So basically, I'm just coating this washer. That's all I'm doing, just so there's no friction. Okay, that's in there. I've got it on my hands by a lot, so I'm in good shape so far. And I am just putting all of these guys in. That's it. And then we'll be getting ready to torque. So torque, we're going to go into about 3 stages. We'll start off with like 50 pounds, 75, and then finish at 90. I really like 90. On turbo cars, you can go to about 100. But this is not a turbo car. So that's done. Now let's get our bolts. Our bolts, we're just going to thread those on nice and easy. I'll use the little gun to drive them down. Not all the way, nothing extreme, you know. But you don't want to be here turning for hours, so just adapt. And we're just putting everyone on. So basically, what I'm doing now is prepping it for the little gun. And I'll show you the little gun in a second. Watch this. So I don't bore you with every single one. Alright. Basically, I'm just going to go like this. Just so I could save some time. Done. 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 So on and so forth. You get me? You get the gist now? Gunners, 50 pounds of torque here. 50 foot-pounds of torque. Just as simple. I tightened them a little bit more by hand, so you'll just hear the click. I'm at 50. Nice and easy. Put that bolt back in here. There you are. Lock you in, bud. Here we go. Done. 50 pounds. So I'm going to do this to all of them, let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes, and then go right to 90 pounds. Moving right along, we're going to 90 pounds, guys. That's our final number. 2 stages. So the first stage, 50 pounds. Second stage, 90. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. And that's it. We'll be done soon. £90. There it is. Good. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult because this is going to move, so bear with me. Done. Make sure you're on there. Done. So you do this entire sequence. You could look up some stuff online. I usually, like I said, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how I do mine. I got my lost motions in. What I did was I took some assembly lube and I put them at the bottom of each one. So from there, I'm just going to put a little bit at the top. This assembly lube is great, and the gunner sent more, so thank you. So just at the top of it, just to help it out a little bit. You want to keep everything lubricated. This stuff is super inexpensive. It's like $8 max, and I've been using it for a long time. You guys have seen it on the channel. So what I want to do is I just want to move them around. Hard to do with the gloves. So just move them around. Make sure that all this stuff is touching. And that's it. You want to help it out? This is how you do it. Nice. So less tension there is good. Man, I can move on to the cams. I can move on to the rocker assembly. I can move on to the cams, but this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm putting out too much information in one video to get everyone confused. So I might put the rocker assembly on, put the cams on, and then continue it into like a part 2. The very next video after this one will be finishing up the motor. I'd also like to clean up some more things too. So, you know what? No, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to conclude this video now, right? I'm going to end it here. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'll do the rocker assembly, the cams, the timing, and and valve lashing too. And some other stuff that we'll get into. We've got some cool parts to install on this motor, and we'll go from there. I want to say this, right? I'm going to put my Cash App in the description. Now, I know you learned a ton already. Whatever you want to send is appreciated. That's all I got to tell you. I'll put my Cash App down there. I just saved you thousands, hundreds of dollars. And I know that by the time you finish watching these 2 videos, you'll be able to do all of this by yourself. Now, I'm going to use that money for supplies, brake cleaner, more rags, microfibers. I don't know. I'll just use it around the shop. Whatever money you guys want to spare, love is love, man. You know I appreciate you. I appreciate anything that you send. So, yeah, I'm done for today. I think I did a decent job explaining some really important things to this build. And I also like to regroup and maybe move the tools to this side and the cool parts on that side. I kind of found myself in a bad rhythm here. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Cash App in the description. Do whatever you can. Whatever way you can help me out in the garage, I'd appreciate it, man. Keep gunning. I love you.